Welcome back to the van build. For anyone new, this is a 2014 Mercedes Sprinter I'm converting into a part-time camper, part-time works van. This week I'm going to be getting stuck into the insulation side of things. I've already insulated the floor. Huge thank you to Dodo Matt, by the way, who have sent me all of this. Huge thank you to them. Last week I put some windows in, but driving the van over the past couple of weeks with no sound deadening at all, well, this is what it sounds like. So as you can imagine, I'm really excited to get this insulated as soon as. For anyone that watched me degrease the ceiling a couple of videos ago, I was using some petrol, got a pretty bad headache from it. I've just realised Dodo Matt sent me their own prep spray which removes old adhesive and it's a degreaser, so I could have just used this. But here we are. Some petrol smells good anyway. I do actually need still to degrease a bit of the ceiling. Doesn't smell as good as petrol, probably works just as well though. But yeah, I'm going to start off using their sound deadening things. Official term. These basically stop the panel from resonating. That's when you get that horrible, these kind of stop that. And then on top of that, I've got a thermal liner, Dodo thermo liner, over every piece of metal that I can. And then there's going to be some fleece stuff to go on top of that. So hopefully that will be one very well insulated van. Gathered a bit of dust since I cleaned the van last time, so I'm going to give everything a little wipe over quickly, and then yeah, get sticking with these. Once that's done, I'll degrease the ceiling and go from there. So I've just spotted a few more places. These vans are basically stuck together. Hang on, let me show you. This is the outside skin, and you've got these support things here. They're literally just glued together, if you can see. But basically a couple of these have popped off the adhesive. So I'm just going to put a load of sealant in, because that'll all help with minimising vibration. You can see that one's loose. So obviously that panel is not supported like it should be, so just going to pump some sealant into that, let that dry. And there's also a few places where I've drilled out where things were mounted before, left a bit of bare metal, so I'm just going to put some hammerite on any bits like that. Oh. Just like I did when I took the support out for the window. That's had a bit of hammerite on it, so I'm just going to do it down here. I should have done it when I did this really, but more concentrate on that. Just a few places like this. Also, after battling with a cheap sealant gun, sticking the windows in with that really thick adhesive, I've just treated myself to a new decent sealant gun. I bought my dad one of these years ago. I never really had a use for one then. It's a Tajima Convoy Super 12. It's a Japanese brand, and they're just so nice to use. It's got more torque, if you can call it torque. Twin thrust. It's got more thrust, which is always good. I'm quite excited to use this for the first time. Sounds like that's it. You alright? I bought one of those sealant guns I bought you that went missing.
Oh, the posh ones.
Yeah.
Better, aren't they?
Especially with nice. when I did the Windows struggle with that with a cheap one.
Yeah, you put a fair bit of pressure on them.
Yeah. So I think I've got 2 packs of 40 of these, which seems like tons. You only need to cover, I think, 30 to 50% of the sheet metal.
Let's stop and stare for a minute, 'cause there is divinity there where the sinners breathe. They work their jaws, raise the hands of beyond for the physical, limited destiny. Spirits free. The sun, the light, the truth is within.
That's both sides done, just got the ceiling to do and the doors, but I thought before I do the doors I'll just see what it sounds like closing them before and after. think I heard a difference even from outside. Plus insulation, 2 layers to go on, that sounds not bad. With the sliding door, I'm actually going to put a window in here at some point. So I probably won't bother with that. But I'll just put some more on the bottom and at the top. Right, sealing time. Where's the degreaser? Prep spray is a blend of ingredients designed to remove excess amounts of adhesive from a variety of surfaces. The sealing itself doesn't make too much noise compared to the old side panels, so I'm thinking just one per section, like that. Where are we? Here. Will probably be okay. Next up, thermoliner. I'm guessing this is just like a foil insulation. Ooh, nice. Whoa. Not like what I've used before. This is a kind of foam, self-adhesive. Ooh. Just feels quite nice and pliable compared to some of the foil insulations I've used. Good morning. So this is how far I got yesterday. Managed to pretty much finish the passenger side with the thermoliner. These patches don't look the best, but I wanted to do it in one sheet, and then to get this curve I just had to put a little slit. So these are just patches, but obviously it will work, it's just not the prettiest. And then the fleece is going to go in these cavities around here. Need to figure out a frame out of timber for the windows at some point, and then yeah, more fleece down in there. I've got the side door to do, this big side, and obviously the rear doors. I might start here and work back, mainly because it's a bit early for my brain to figure out the window again. Also, the drive home last night, so much quieter already, I couldn't believe it. Like, it's just almost silent in here, it's great. I'll wait to do a video until it's completely done, but it is, oh my God, I can't believe I'm driving the van like this for so long. Right, that's the driver's side basically done. There was a couple more of these metal brackets on the panels that were loose. I've just stuck them down. So there's a tiny bit more to do up in behind here. So next up, I'm going to start packing the Dodo thermofleece into all these cavities. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to use the contact adhesive to stick it to this sort of big panel here. Otherwise, once I put the battens up, I can tuck it in behind and it'll get held in that way. I've still got the back doors and sliding door to do, but my attention span it's lacking a little bit from doing the foil for so long, so I'm I fancy doing something a little bit different. Also got the ceiling to do. I've made the mistake before of overstuffing these and then it end up pushing the plywood out, so I'm just going to do one 50mm layer, which means cutting this down a bit. Good morning. I'm finally back with my own van. Last week I went away and I was working on a customer's van. They asked me to fit a side window, max fan like I've done on here, and also did some work on a boat. I made some oak shelves up and an oak and rattan dog guard, which I'm really pleased with. But yeah, it's time to spend a bit more time on my own van, even though it's been earning its keep. Obviously it needs finishing. So today, ceiling insulation and door insulation. Hopefully get the insulation side of things done would be good. I'd be happy with that. And then I can start thinking about what material I'm going to use to line it. I've been debating whether to fit like a standard off-the-shelf ply lining kit, because it's all cut, ready to go, neat edges and everything, and it should literally go on. But I wouldn't mind leaving the plywood exposed, just so I like how it looks. So I'm debating either using a birch plywood, which doesn't come in kit form, so I'd have to cut it myself, or an OSB, which I like the look of. It's pretty hard wear and it hides like dents and stuff. So I need to have to think about that. But yeah, for now, I'm just going to crack on. Right, that's the ceiling lined with thermoliner. I've also done the doors. I've started on the thermofleece in the cavities. I've just got to stick that same fleece to the ceiling now, and that is one insulated van. Right, time for a little road test. Here's the before clip. This is after. The van's just so much nicer to drive now. I'm so glad I got that done. Yeah, really looking forward to getting stuck into the plywood at some point. I've also got, before I line the ceiling or anything, I've also got a huge solar panel to mount. And I've also got the bed to fix the ceiling before I do that too. So next week, probably going to be, like I said, solar panel, bed. I'll try and figure out ply lining, what I'm going to do for that, whether I do get a kit or whatever. But yeah, huge thank you to Dodo Matt. Thank you so much for sending me all of the installation. Go and check them out. I'll leave a link to them in my description. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you to my patrons, and I'll see you soon.